Hey everyone, Brandon Kaiser here, founder and CEO of Biggest Fan Consulting, and this video is called Student Section Mindset. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably a student section leader, or maybe you're an athletics administrator responsible or playing some part in the student section on your campus. You might be wondering, why are we talking about the word mindset in the same sentence as student sections? Aren't student sections just a bunch of packed and rowdy students? Isn't it pretty easy to do that? Why do we need to talk about mindset? What do the words fixed and growth mean? Well, for those of you who have read Carol Dweck's book Mindset, then you know exactly what I mean when I talk about a fixed and a growth mindset. But now I'm going to apply this to a student section. Again, whether you are a student leader or an administrator, this is probably, if not the most important concept you can really understand and apply to yourself in terms of your student section on campus. Have you ever wondered why anybody does something great? Why can some people accomplish so much in their lifetime when others can't? Why do some people really struggle moving forward when others seem to just take a rocket ship into success? It really comes down to mindset. And as people have really studied the brain and they've studied mindset, they see that we actually have a choice on how we choose to view things. And that mindset, that paradigm, our shared set of attitudes that we hold towards the world will actually drive our behavior. This is why having a clear vision and having clear goals is so important to get any sort of result. Because inspiration and motivation always fades, but consistent process over time is how you're going to drive result. And so my intention with this video is to help you adopt a growth mindset in terms of your student section. And in order to do that, I need to clearly define the two different types of mindsets. Again, why did we accomplish such great things at Grand Canyon University when I was a student there? Going from 100 students at games to 2,500 and becoming the biggest party in college basketball in 3 years? Mindset. We had big goals, but also it didn't just happen overnight. It was extremely tough. There were days I doubted myself. There were days I almost quit. There were days I was, wondering why the heck am I dressed in this Spartan outfit in the cold and nobody's showing up. It was very challenging the first couple years. And if I had had a fixed mindset, it would have been so easy for me to quit. It would have been so easy for me to just throw in the towel. But I always kept a growth mindset of, hey, we're going to be better next week than we are today. And we're going to be better a year from now than we are today. So just to clearly define, now I could give you a clear definition, but I think just a few specific examples to highlight what it means to have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And then I hope you can self-identify or self-evaluate where you're at. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to be honest. Give yourself an honest evaluation of whether you've adopted a fixed or a growth mindset in terms of your student section. And that way, once you accept where you're currently at, you can work towards getting a growth mindset. So my goal is to get you from a fixed to a growth mindset. Now, here's what people with a fixed mindset in terms of the student section might be thinking. Successful student sections have always been that way. So they think, hey, the GCU Havocs, the Gonzaga Kennel Club, they've always been that way. When in fact, every student section starts with one student. Right? Here's another example of a fixed mindset. I'm scared to fail. Well, what if we try something and it doesn't work? That's going to make me look bad, and so I'm going to stay within my comfort zone because I'm actually too scared to fail. Fixed mindset. What will others think of me? If we succeed, what will they think of me? If we fail, what will they think of me? So it's caring so much about what others think rather than being so driven by your passion and your vision that you just put your head down and get to work. Here's another one. It's not my fault. So when you try an idea and something doesn't work, then you're not willing to take the blame. You're always blaming and projecting it on others of, hey, we tried this and it's not my fault. This one's for the leaders, okay? So this one's for the student section leaders. Maybe it's I'm not outgoing. I can't lead cheers. That's a fixed mindset. You're accepting that you're not outgoing and that people won't follow you. And so then you're too scared to fail. And so then you're not going to put yourself out there. Okay. Our campus has always been this way, and we can't change. And that's probably the biggest and most common example that I see with a fixed mindset. Oh, well, we've always been this way. We're a commuter school, we're an urban school, we're a rural school, we're public, we're private, we have a lot of students, we don't have enough students. We've always been this way. We've tried everything, and so we're never going to change. It's just not possible. Again, that's a fixed mindset. Now, let's talk about growth mindset, because that is exactly what I want you to adopt. We can always be better. Again, do you believe that you can be better a month, a year, 2 years from now than where you are today in terms of your student section? Can we get a few more students to come and participate? And is that worth it? If we can get 5 more students to come and stand in the front row, paint their face and yell, is that worth all the effort we're putting in? And do we believe that if we can do that a year from now, that we'll get 15 or 50 students? Can we be better? And this also, fixed mindset does not mean that you're failing or that you have a bad student section. It's just your mindset. You might have a great student section and still have a fixed mindset. Oh, we're the best student section in the state and the country. Well, can you be better? So a growth mindset says we can always be better. All right, I put 2 here. A growth mindset says we're not afraid to fail. And actually, there's no such thing as failure. It's only feedback. So as we talk about systematic thinking and feedback loops, we want to try new ideas. You might try something and expect 500 students, only 75 show up. Is that a failure? Because that actually happened to us at GCU. Or is that just feedback of, well, why did 425 not show up, but why did these 75 show up? What can we learn from that? What feedback can we take from failure and success and iterate our process to get a desired result? Because we want to do more of what is working and less of what isn't. We can't rely on our success. So even if we do scale up the student section, we can't rely on this because we can always be better. Open to feedback and learning. People get so stuck in their ways, right? We all want to preserve ourselves. We want to preserve our image. We want to promote ourselves. But often what happens is then this actually limits and blocks our ability to receive feedback and to learn, right? We're, at Biggest Fan Consulting, we have a proven process and a proven model. Only if people are open to feedback and learning. And so I'm going to actually add this to fixed is we got this. We know this. We can't learn anything. We're the best. Again, fixed mindset. How can we always get better? People with a growth mindset are fueled by their vision and seeing the unseen. And they're motivated by their why. They have clarity on why they're building the student section. They have clarity on what they want the student section to be like in 1, 5, 10 years. They have clarity on why students want to participate in the student section, and they have clarity why they're going to take ownership and responsibility of doing the work. And I think, I could erase all of this and really summarize it into two things, because building a student section is simple, but it's not easy. Again, it's simple, but it's not easy. Changing culture and actually training and driving student behavior is a hard task. You're dealing with people. People are irrational, and you can't control people, but you can drive and change behavior through a systematic approach to your student section. And so how I just want to finish this video and summarize this is people with a fixed mindset People with a fixed mindset are okay with the status quo, they're okay with playing it safe, and they're okay with staying comfortable. There's nothing wrong with these things, it's just not going to get an elite student section. And most people will never make it out of their comfort zone. They'll never take that leap because it's hard, it's challenging, and it's uncomfortable. And most people are going to stay in their comfort zone. They're going to play it safe and do what everybody else is doing, or they're going to just do what they've always done. And they're okay with the status quo. Oh, we're good enough. But here at Biggest Fan, we want to be elite. 100% capacity, standing and engaged every game. And so people with a growth mindset, whether you have 0 students in your student section or you have 10,000, whether you're a startup or you're scaling and sustaining a student section, here's how I can summarize a growth mindset. The challenge of changing culture and improving our student section excites me. It's exhilarating. It's uncomfortable. We don't know what the result's going to be because we're not fortune tellers. And people might think we're crazy. People might doubt us. And other people might stay comfortable or say, hey, what are you doing? You're crazy. Why are you doing that? Why do you care about the student section? Why do you want to be great? But all these things, the challenge of changing culture and improving our student section excites me. It exhilarates me. I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to have thick skin. I'm okay with the turbulence and the up and down and students coming, students going, students graduating, new students. But I'm excited because I always want to be better. And so my encouragement to you is I hope that you can, wherever you're at, maybe this is you, awesome. Or maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with myself. I think I have more of a fixed mindset. Well, here's the best part about mindset is you can evolve and change your mindset. You don't have to be stuck here. You don't have to be stuck in a fixed mindset. You can work towards having a growth mindset. Set clear goals, get uncomfortable, do things different. Put yourself out there, build a student section, set audacious goals, and start adapting, getting uncomfortable with the excitement of the challenge and of the hustle of building a student section. So that is it for this video called Student Section Mindset, because whether you're an administrator or a student leader, having a fixed or growth mindset is actually going to determine your goals, which is going to determine your plan and process. And then that's going to determine your execution and actually doing the work to get the results that you want to see and that your students not only need but deserve. So make sure you subscribe below. for valuable student section content. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this resonates with you. And I hope moving forward after watching this video, you can adopt a growth mindset. We here at BFC have a growth mindset. Building Havocs, we have a growth mindset. All the schools, administrators, and student leaders we work with, we train to have a growth mindset. And you have a choice today to stay comfortable and stay in a fixed mindset, or get uncomfortable, enjoy the challenge, and adopt a growth mindset. Thanks for watching.